What's up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, live with Jay, number 123. So, what's up with y'all? Who's up there? Who's out there? I see Uncle Dave's in the house, Chris Drema, Julio Solorio. So, what's up with y'all? Shortcuts, stranger. I'm just chilling. I'm doing a live today. Probably a few things I'm going to talk about, but mostly just to come and say what's up to everybody. In a couple of, like a week or so since I did. Well, yeah, I didn't do one last week. I did one the week before. I invited him. He was like, yeah, man. Last week, we're starting a biker gang. What's it called? The Untouchables? Jay the Valley? What do you mean, the Valley? Valley, you mean? But one thing I'm going to let you guys know, I got those fucking nasty ass skin tabs removed from my eye finally. Fucking hurt, but my eye looks so much better now. So I had these skin tabs right here that grew on my eyelid, and they were fucking nasty. And they were like, kind of made me look like I had lazy eye. But I got them cut off, man. It was kind of hurt, but it looks so much better now. I don't look like I have lazy eye anymore. So yeah, man, if you guys ever have any skin tabs growing on your eyelids, get them motherfuckers cut off. I got them cut off with a laser. Kind of hurt a little bit. It hurt the next day. It hurt. They numbed me the day they took it off, but the next day it hurt like hell. My eye was all swollen, but that's why I didn't do a live last week, because I was in pain. I was like really in pain last week. Like last Tuesday and Wednesday, my eye was swollen, but it looks better, way better. You know what I mean? It's way better than what it used to look like. So I'm glad I got that taken care of. X skin tags, yeah. Yeah, I mean some popcorn. No, that's not pink eye. I've had pink eye before. When I was a kid. Pinko. I had some fucking skin tabs right on my eyelid. It kind of hurt though. It hurt to get some there. Like my eye was in pain after that. Like my eyelid. But yeah, man. But yeah, I got them taken out, so I look a lot better now. My eye used to like lightweight, look like it was shut a little bit. What's up, Uncle Dave? How you been, bro? I was out in the city last Saturday. Right there on Harrison and 6th Street. You know where that's at, right? At the End Up Club. There's some cuties there. Has anybody ever been to the End Up? Lazy eye like Notorious, basically. But I don't have a lazy eye. I just had a stupid skin tat on my eye that kind of made it look like I had a lazy eye. But yeah, I got that little sucker removed, so that's cool. Just right down the street from there. That's where Dave used to go. It was a queer bar before. Maybe it still is. I don't know. But the night I went, it was all females there. It was Latino nights. I didn't see no queers there. I mean, if there were, But, you know, San Francisco, they got a lot of clubs that they switch. One day it might be gay night, one day it might be straight night. You know how it goes. I think the End Up Club was a gay club, though. Now that I think about it, a long time ago. I don't know if it is anymore. I know the night we played there, it was all Latinos there. It was like Latino nights. Swing both way, maybe. I met some cute girls there, though. My homie was with a kind of little baddie from Barranquilla. I want to take her from him. It wasn't fruits, Dave. Trust me. At least not the night I was there. And my other homie, he had a girl from San Andres, which is an island in the Caribbean. She was cute too. She was a little black girl. I'm like, damn, where you guys finding these cute little black girls from the Caribbean? I want one. I need to go to San Jose more. Hell nah, Dave. You tripping, fool. You should have went. I would have proved you completely wrong. It's not the night I went there. But again, I think End Up was at one point, maybe it still is gay, but look it up. Look at the flyer. I'll send it to you if you don't believe me. I'll send you the flyer. There's nothing gay about it. I look like a butch lesbian. But yeah. That's what Soma, right? So there are a lot of gay clubs around there, like Soma area, or there were at least back in the days. They were poetry. Little King Coordinates. Nah. But that night was cool. I ain't gonna lie. That night at the End Up when I played there, there was some little baddies there, man. You don't believe me, bro? I'm telling you. I have pictures to prove it too. We played there till 1 in the morning. That's the first time I played at a club late for a while. I remember before COVID, we used to play late all the time. But after COVID, that's the first gig that I ever played where I left like at 2 in the morning. You still out in the city, Uncle Dave? The Inner Skaters? Inner Skaters. Yeah. I didn't know that, and maybe Dave can correct me on this one, but I didn't know that Polk Street died off. I remember Polk Street used to be lit before COVID. Did you know that, Dave? Polk Street used to be fucking lit, bro, before COVID. Supposedly somebody told me it died off now. I'm like, wow. Waiting on pizza. Are you doing DoorDash now with the Colombians out there on their scooters? Yeah, Polk used to be a lot of gays there like many years ago, but in the before COVID, like in the 2000s, there was a lot of like college kids and like techies used to hang out there. There used to be some baddies out there. Yeah, man. But yeah, I haven't been down Polk in a long time, so somebody had told me dropped off some food. She had hella ass. Where's a DoorDasher? Was she Colombian or was she Mexican? You rarely ever see a Mexican DoorDasher. Or Venezuelan. Or maybe Brazilian. I've seen some Brazilian ones too. Bro, I remember I was at 7-Eleven on Broadway, bro. On Broadway and like 40th, I think, over there, guy by North Oakland. And I was picking up an order there. This was about a year ago. Badass little negrita came in, bro. Um, and I could tell she was a Latina, bro. I could tell she wasn't like African American. She was bad, though. Oh my God, she was bad. Nah, she was kind of skinny, but she had body, though. But she was beautiful, bro. And I heard her accent. I said, ¿De dónde eres? De Barranquilla or de Cartagena? And she's like, no, yo soy de Venezuela. I'm like, oh, okay. And we were talking for a minute. I was like, damn, she's bad. Nah, she was friendly, bro. A lot of those girls are friendly, bro. They're not mean, bro. You'd be surprised how some of them girls will talk to you. Porque quieren la green card. But she was bad, though. She was a little negrita, like a little light-skinned black girl. I was like, damn. I want one. Shit. I like their little accent. Estoy recogiendo un DoorDash. Yeah, man. But yeah, colonizer winter this fool. Don't tell. Actually, you know what? Another Venezuelan girl I was talking to, she was a DoorDasher. She told me her boyfriend was Salvadorian. I said, shit, you want another Salvadorian boyfriend? This was another one. And we were talking, and she was like, oh, mi novio es salvadoreño. I'm like, oh, okay. You want to ¿Quieres otro? ¿Quieres otro? Even better, one's half Mexican. It's half Bali, like fucking shortcuts claims. Yeah, they think you're pupusa and shit. I ate some Salvadorian food earlier. What's up, bipolar? What happened to American Cholo? I haven't seen him in so long. Do they even still do the show? Bro, I had a cat at Latina with nipple piercings, pupusas and beans. I bet, Chris. But yeah, man. Yeah, but I've been seeing some little baddies out there though lately. I'm like, damn. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, man. So what's up with everybody? Nah, I can't have live feeds on here at night, bro. Unfortunately, I would like to, but I can't be loud for right now. It was cool when I was in the. Hasn't been on for a month now after he told his subs to donate to keep the studio open. Oh, really? I didn't know that. He did that? That's crazy. So, what? Oh, shit. There's Duet right there. So, let's talk business. This is a live with Jay. Um, so, anybody in the comments, maybe Bipolar Chipmunk can tell me what happened with this fallout between Sandman, who's the dude who used to, whatchamacallit, who used to work on Boxer Mendoza's channel. Why did he go off on and Uncle Dave? Maybe you know. Why did he go off on Gunner and Dubs, where he was threatening them and saying that he had a gun, showing a gun and you know, pew pew as they call it. What happened? Does anybody know the backstory to that? Why did he flip out? That dude's a trip, man. Maybe Duvad knows the story. I don't know, but somebody might know. But what happened? I just know that that fool lost it one day, and he was saying that, you know, talking hella shit. You know, he went mania on YouTube. I know. He was like pointing and showing a gun and pulling out a knife and saying he knows how to skin an animal and all this crazy shit. After Charlie, who's Charlie? But yeah, man, that shit was funny. It's like that came out of nowhere. Like I've seen the video where that fool was just talking some weird, and then he was making these weird noises like, "Oh man, I'll catch ya." Yeah, Dave, there you go. Oh, he lost it after Charlie. Did it have something to do with Charlie Kirk? He was growling. He was like, "Oh, come and get ya." It looks like a school. It looked like something, bro. It looked like fucking Sandman losing his marbles, bro. That fool better be careful making terroristic threats. You know what I mean? That's just no joke. Sandman from South San Jose. Yeah, I remember he did say he's from out that way. He was with Marv like 3 years ago. But yeah, man, that shit was hella funny, bro. I don't know what happened, but he was freaking out on Doves and Gunner. He was growling like, "Oh, come and get ya." I was like, what the fuck? Sandman was all, "Hey, stud, you want to squat with me? Is he from Seven Trees? Does he smoke bed bugs?" Groiper. All those weirdos are groipers. I think Dubs and Gunner are too. Trench Coat Mafia probably is. That shit was funny. If anyone, I don't know if you guys seen that video. That shit. Yeah, Nick Fuentes did say something, so that's so hilarious though. And I seen that I kept hearing about it, but I couldn't find the original video. And then I found like someone recorded it. That shit was hella funny, bro. I was like, what is wrong with this dude? You did okay. That fool smoking some good PCP or something. Went all West watching. He was doing a Megadeth metal voice. He was doing, yeah, like, what's that, Death Rock or whatever. Something Gooch would probably get turned on by. That shit was funny though. I'm just curious what sparked it. What was he tripping off of? I know I seen Sandman. He had a channel a while back uh, where he was interviewing a lot of Woods actually. You feel me? Um, on his channel, but I don't know. He was saying some lightweight racist shit too. Like he was like, those Mexicans. I helped them out, and they turned their back on me. You know how they do. He was saying shit like that. What the fuck? Oh man, that shit was hilarious. That shit was funny, man. Fucking Sandman. He's full blown XIV Peckerwood. I'm very careful. He's gonna end up in a real pen. Then he's gonna be screwed. Turf Hopper. J-Cat. Who's gonna be in the J-Cat ward? Yeah, man. That shit was funny, though. I don't know if anybody knows the story. Feel free to put it in the comments because that shit was funny as fuck. Enter the Sandman. All Mexicans won't stand their hand to me. Yeah, he was saying some stuff like that. That shit was funny, bro. She was like, "Oh, I helped them out, and they turned their backs on me and forget about me or don't talk to me no more." Oh man, bro, that shit was hilarious. That video, he was tripping. Yeah, he was on on Broadway. Yeah, man. Hey, Dubad, was that you that got attacked by a squirrel in Marin? I heard the squirrels in Marines were attacking people. Is that true? He must be a rapid spray addict. Hey, what's up? Oh, shit, BJ Santana. What's up, bro? My Dominican brother. He's 7 foot tall. Is he tall? Yeah, that video was hella funny, bro. That shit, that shit had me laughing. I make squirrel fajitas. That shit was hella funny. It said a squirrel was attacking people in Marin. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, send you the video of that. That was hilarious. Yeah, man. But yeah, that was hilarious, that video. He went nuts. The bodega assassin. Oh, yeah, that's what they call corner stores in New York. Bodega. Hey, yo, 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 yo. I'm gonna go down to the bodega. You heard? I'm gonna give me some fucking, some smiley pies and shit. Yeah, so did you know the guy Torian? He made child threats to Breakfast Club kids. Who? Torian? I don't know who that is, bro. Lo Jamal, you here? You could get a chopped cheese at the bodega. I need that chopped cheese, yo. You heard? Don't you ever disrespect me looking like a Samoan woman, lactating Samoan woman. That's a good one. Why do people say I look Samoan? And they said I look like a Samoan. Word up, son. Do I really look like a Samoan? I don't look like no damn Samoan. Torian. Look him up. You see, probably seen his clips before. Probably. I'm not sure who he is. Hold on. Let me look him up right now. Hold on. I'll look him up. It said Torian. I mean, a lot of these fools that are on YouTube are JCats, unfortunately. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him, but he doesn't ring a bell, bro. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. Just grab my pizza. Because you're Al Capone. I was getting taller and my hair started growing, and they said I looked like a Samoan. I know, Uncle Dave, give me a slice of pizza. Have you ever tried chicken tiki masala pizza? I know people are going to think I'm a weirdo for that one. Side Bell's Pizza in Daly City. Jungle Jackets. What's a good spot to get pizza in the city, Uncle Dave? Selsky making Jungle Jackets. I ate some Indian food yesterday. I was in the mood for some. I ate some tiki masala with some naan, rice, and I ate a couple of samosas. Oh, yeah, I seen that too. He's doing one from the Bay, even the Mission. Puro Michon. North Beach Pizza. I remember going there when I was a youngster. He's related to the Wade family from the jungle. From the Selva? Selva means jungle. Uncle Dave. What's up, Dave? Have you been live? I haven't even seen a live yet. I think Toto's is off the hook. Toto's Pizza? Toto Los Santos Pizza? Tiki Pinocha. I've had that too. Selsky, describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. Fraser, what's up, Fraser? Screw everything and everyone. What's up? How you been? So what's up? Why is everybody crying about Bad Bunny being on the next Super Bowl? Or at least why are the MAGAs crying? Isn't isn't Puerto Rico part of the US? Isn't he an American citizen technically? What's up, Joe Mama? So what the fuck? These people just want to cry, cry, cry. You see, and they say that those people aren't crybabies, that only the left are crybabies. Censorship. Some people are spelling backwards. Oh, they probably do. What they're crying about this Puerto Rican. I never really even heard Bad Bunny's music. It's called backwards. He hates America. How? Isn't he Puerto Rican? Puerto Rico is a territory of America, of the U.S. Technically, Puerto Ricans are American citizens, period. So, I don't know. These people are strange. I don't get them. I've never even really heard Bad Bunny's music. I'm gonna be real with you. Is it good? Es que yo soy Puerto Rico Chico. He had a boyfriend. He did? He's gay or he's straight? I don't know. Because he didn't go on tour. The Trumpers wanted Taylor Swift. Yeah, I know he does reggaeton, but I never really heard his music, to be really honest with you. Rico Bunny. Josh has a boyfriend. Have you seen the guy trolling the ICE agent? Chicago telling that he has not used. Maybe we should start doing that to try to get a lawsuit and take taxpayers' money. Benito Bunny? No, I haven't seen that. It's pretty mainstream. It sure ain't Champetta. I don't know. We were talking about Sandman right before you got here. We were talking about that. You should hit up Bad Bunny, see if you can open up for him with those Payanacos. Hey, I'll do it. He was saying Ice Age, and I'm not a U.S. citizen. Oh, he was trolling them. The ICE agents, little piggies. You know, when you go down to the border, it's a trip. How many ICE like border patrol and ICE agents are Latinos, bro? A lot, like a good 50% of them, bro. Freedom P. I have a U.S. selection team jersey. hella ice in Chicago. I don't know, bro. I think Trump could have people killed in the streets if he wanted to. I wouldn't put it past him, bro. Some might say the name Isaiah Hodgson. I'm sorry because he walked into a woman's restroom. Really? I didn't hear about that. Weird. Another thing I wanted to bring up, and I want to know if you guys think it's a good thing, a bad thing. How do you feel about it? Let's go, DJ Cholo. I noticed that a lot of, and there's a lot of things to unpack with what I'm about to say. Me, for one, I'm pretty open when it comes to YouTube and these platforms to be freedom of speech for sure. I may not like what people like Charlie Kirk has to say or people like that. I mean, I care for what they have to say, but I don't think they should be silent. And I have a reason to say that. A lot of people will remember early on in YouTube, if you're old like me, YouTube in the old days was kind of like a free for all. There was like a lot of differences of opinions. There were liberal voices, there were conservative voices, there were even some extreme voices on both sides. But after a while, uh, a lot of those voices got silenced because of even some leftist voices. But a lot of those, the Hodge twins, like I said, the Hodge twins. This one, Long Beach, the cops arrested. He was on he and have himself. Oh, I think I did hear something about that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So in in the past, there was a lot of different voices. There was like Alex Jones, like bipolar saying, and Alex Jones kind of did it to himself. Um, Nick Fuentes, um, even the Fresh and Fit Idiots, and many various others. Right, Dawson, um, and there was others that I forget their names. Many that got silenced and banned, but now you're starting to see those people back on again. Even Candace Owens got uh, canceled, and now those people are starting to have a voice again, and they're starting to be on. Oh yeah, I remember Rouge V. That dude's a J cat. Um, a lot of those people are starting to PewDiePie. I remember PewDiePie. I never watched his stuff, but I remember him. But a lot of those dudes that were banned a long time ago are back on YouTube. And on one thing, yeah, Nick Fuentes is a racist, homophobe, wannabe Nazi, incel. You know, Candace Owens throws her people under the bus. You know, Alex Jones is a conspiracy fucking weirdo. But and I'm not, I'm just using them an example. I'm not just talking about them. Even Charlie Kirk, even though he's dead now, so it really doesn't count. But I'm just saying those voices that are, I guess, more to the right. Uh, Actually, I'll tell you about Fuentes in a minute. They're starting to let those people back in. And, I have no issue with it. I don't care what they have to say. I'm not a supporter of what they have to say. But I believe in freedom of speech. And I think everyone should have a voice. I think the left should have a voice. And I think some of the right should have a voice. The only thing I would say is, like, when it comes to freedom of speech, there is no freedom of consequence. You know what I mean? You could say whatever you want, but you're not free of the consequences that could happen. And there could be many. Someone could come after you. The government could come after you. The internet could come after you. A lot of things, And yeah, but isn't it weird though? And I agree with Dave when he says believe nothing. How all these voices were silenced a long time ago because the tech companies were claiming they were on the side of the left. And all of a sudden, the tech companies are on the side of the right. And that's bullshit. Because in reality, the tech companies shouldn't be on the side of anyone. The tech companies should be on the side of what's right and wrong, but also on the side of freedom of speech, you know. And yeah, if someone is doing too much and it's spewing like some really dangerous stuff, then I agree they should be banned. If they are doing dangerous stuff, you know what I mean? And like I said, I may not care what Nick Fuentes or any of those people have to say, but I believe they should have a right to speak and say what they have to say. I don't think we should silence them. Just like I don't think we should silence the left either. That doesn't work either. You know what I mean? And and um and I just when I'm talking about platforms. You know what I mean? Now, like again, I'm not saying that like if some dude comes on here and he's like promoting killing people or going after Latinos or gays or blacks or this or that or even whites. Yeah, someone that's crazy like that should be removed for sure. No disagreements there. You know what I mean? And I was a Democrat for a long time, and now I find myself kind of in the middle because I'm not a fucking Republican. I'll tell you that. Never will vote for a Republican. And but I believe in freedom of speech, and I think people should have the right to say what they have to say, whether it be someone who's pro-trans, pro-gay, pro-Latino, pro-black, or if someone is pro-right-wing, even if they're pro-white, they should be able to speak on these platforms. The only thing is they need to understand any side that they're not free of consequences. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how I look at what the tech companies are hypocrites. You know what I mean? A lot of these corporations are hypocrites. They pander to whatever side's in power, and then they switch up. Look at how supposedly all the corporations and the internet was going woke and left. And if they were so gung-ho about being woke or left, why didn't they stay that way? Why, as soon as Trump came into power, everything switched? Why is it Google, which used to promote like Chicano history, black history, gay history, and so forth, why is it now they're turning their back on that? You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And you don't have to support or agree with what I'm saying. But like I said, I'm not in favor of white nationalists or people that hate Rasa or people that hate gay people or hate Jews or hate this or hate that. I don't support those kind of people. I just don't. But at the same time, if they're gonna make a channel and we live in a country of freedom of speech, then they should be able to speak on these platforms. And again, no one says that they're not free of consequence, which is where you know what I mean, where what it comes down to at the end of the day. And remember, we all have freedom of speech. We can say whatever we want. We could agree or disagree, but that doesn't mean that that something could happen to us or someone can come after us or whatever. We're not free of consequence. We have a freedom to say what we want to say, but we're not free of consequence. wants. And that's just my 2 cents on that. It was something I wanted to talk about, you know. Like I said, Nick Fuentes, he's an interesting character. He's an interesting character. He claims he's half Mexican, half Italian. He's a white nationalist. He's a Catholic. He says he's a hardcore Catholic. And he's an incel. So that means he's never gotten laid. He's never had a woman. You know what I mean? And this is the hero of the right. Well, at least some of the right, not all of the right. He has a group called the Groypers. Those just like his little cult. And Nick Fuentes, he was canceled for sure. He was canceled for a long time from everywhere. And now he's starting to come back. He's starting to be in the scene again because Trump's in power. Who knows what'll happen later, but interview the girl from the Blade. He's making half Beaner, half Guidos. But I feel that someone like Nick Fuentes, he should have a right to say whatever the hell he wants to say. They shouldn't silence him because silencing him is what made him popular. You feel me? Let him be on here. If he wants to put himself out like that, he's not free. We already know what can happen. You know what I mean? When you're a public figure, shit happens. Look at what happened to Charlie Kirk. Look at what happened to YouTubers. Scary world. So you got to be careful really what you say on these platforms. But if they want to go out there and spew their bullshit, then they got to understand. I'm all for it. I'm like, let them spew their bullshit. Why silence them? But if something happens to happen because they pissed off the wrong person, then again, you're not free from consequence. And I'm not saying that people should go after them or anything like that. I'm just saying that's just the reality of being on YouTube. That's the reality of being a content creator, And that's just how it is. You feel me? And you might agree, you might disagree with me, and that's fine. We can all agree to disagree. Exactly, Chris. But yeah, if they're causing harm and they're doing too much and they're promoting violence and promoting like literally going after people, and that's where I draw the line. Go around Chicago smoking Raiders. It's crazy because I think Nick Fuentes is from Chicago, which is interesting. But yeah, you're starting to see a lot of this stuff. Even Nino America, Joe, he could say whatever he wants. I don't watch that fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? That dude's a weirdo, bro. But he has a right to say what he wants, Unless he starts promoting violence and stuff like that, then yeah, but maybe he has. I don't know. But, I don't watch him, but I don't feel we should silence him. I feel if you have a problem with him, debate him or make a video debating his bullshit ideology. Exactly. He's a self-hating. Yeah, Sandman. Sandman kind of. I don't know what the hell was wrong with that dude. Fish tank? Why you say that? I heard something about that. I heard that he was like in a gang and he went to prison or something like that. And he wants to talk like he's all high and mighty. Yeah, I know who he got exposed by that one Mexican dude. This one dude, I follow him on IG. He lives in Mexico. He'll skin you like a fish. But yeah, man. You know, America. I've never watched him. I've seen him in clips, and what I've seen did not interest me whatsoever. Trust me, it just didn't. Him and San Juan was lying junkie wannabe, never in a gang. No. Oh yeah, I believe it, Frazier. That's what I'm saying. Well, he's walking up a dangerous alley because not just that, he could get arrested for making threats like that on a YouTube channel if the people he was making the threats to took it seriously. You go to jail for that. I seen dudes go to. I knew someone who went to jail for that. You know what I mean? They don't play with that stuff, bro. Especially after 9/11, they don't play with that stuff. With making terroristic threats. You know, American culture. Oh yeah, they did, huh? That Savage Blue, yeah. That fool get locked up. That fool ain't gonna know what to do in there. I think so. I'm not sure. Bipolar. I think you can. At least they could arrest you to evaluate you. Um, but if the other person presses charges, bro, they'll throw your ass in jail for that, bro. Oh, little Toto, that's another one. I knew someone who went to jail for terroristic threats, bro. That's just no joke, bro. But yeah, man, that fool. What's that new word they were saying? That fool crashed out that night. You don't mind brain damage from drinking and contaminating fucking water in Texas. Skinny dude. Yeah, and I don't know what's wrong with that dude. A lot of these dudes are grifters, bro. I know it's when I know it's a lot of dudes that are like ex-prisoners, ex-criminals. They grift to the right for whatever reason. I don't know why, and it's retarded because the right don't want nothing to do with those people. You know what I mean? And then another thing I notice is that when artists are failing, actors, comedians, musicians, you know what I mean? They drift to the right a lot of times. I just noticed that. Are you going to do the Santa Clara Uber for the Super Bowl? I'm telling you, car and Craigslist, all the scammers came out of the woodwork. Craigslist, is that still around? I've been on Craigslist in years. Yeah, man, but that was funny though, for sure. For the World Cup. Because they know it's dumber on average. American Cholo grifted to the right too. For real, I haven't been on Craigslist in years. Someone hated on me on Craigslist a long time ago. I don't know who it was, but someone did some messed up stuff when I was a youngster. The World Cup. They love the uneducated. Ain't that the truth? Well, they love them to be their shock troops, but they don't love them. They don't want them anywhere around them. You feel me? And now Trump is like messing with Colombia and with Venezuela. It's like, okay, go mess with them and don't be crying when you get flooded by Colombians and Venezuelans in the U.S. I don't want to hear it. Bobby Lee, that's crazy. Bobby Lee says a lot of crazy shit. Channel 5, we're in the Bay Area, or a channel called Channel 5? We have a Channel 5 in the Bay Area, yeah, I know it. We have what, Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 7. Bobby Lee. I used to watch Bobby Lee's channel. He's a trip. He's funny, though. Oh, no, I don't think I've seen it. Is it good? Coffee 20 with the dogs and the cats. You just send love and I just amen and tell them to repeat after me. You're not white. I agree, bipolar. I've seen Theo Von before. It's been a minute, but I have seen his channel before. Remember Dance Studio? Remember that on Coffee 20 back in the days? Who's old enough to remember that? I heard that Theo Von grifted. It's been a while since I watched him, though. Joe Rogan grifted, and now they're trying to cancel him. Now the right is turning on him because he just said he didn't agree with Jimmy Kimmel being kicked off a channel, whatever channel he was on. And the guy hadn't been on over a month. He finally gave it up. But that's another thing, this whole Jimmy Kimmel thing. Like, some people are saying that Trump actually called the studio to get him fired. And that's being a hypocrite, because didn't these dumbass MAGAs run on the whole thing of being for free speech? You feel me? But yet, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel makes a joke about Charlie Kirk or whatever, and now they want to cancel him and get him fired. Isn't that what they were claiming the left was doing? So that's fucking hypocrisy. That's why I don't take any side seriously, man. They're all full of shit. Remember that. All of them. What I notice, it's freedom of speech when it's freedom of speech for them. But anyone else could go fuck off. That's really what the way they look at it. You know? That's why I said I try to keep it open. I'm like, you know what? Let any of these idiots say whatever they want. You know? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they put him back on. But that's what I'm saying. When they talk about, oh, it's the left, it's the woke. No, it's you motherfuckers too, bro. I'm sorry, it is. It's both sides. You know what I mean? I mean, historically, let's keep it real. The right has been more violent than the left. That's just a reality. That's just a historical fact. Not to say there weren't leftists that weren't violent. For sure there were. I'm not saying there weren't. But there definitely been more people on the right of things that were more violent. For sure. William and Joe Kimmel played a clip. A reporter asking Trump about how he's doing. Trying to find, he talked about the new ballroom they're building. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Right. I'm in the middle of the road. That's it. I'm not the right or the left butt cheek. Yeah, it's all BS, man. Unfortunately. And I'm one of the few who's not afraid to call it out. You feel me? The problem is these fools grift way too hard for either side, man. Hit it, man. He was hippie. Where's Dave? Sleepy Joe? Mm-hmm. Left? Probably sleeping. El Sleepy Joe. El Trompita. Problem with all these guys at the end of the day, man, whether it be Obama, whether it be Bush, whether it be Trump, whether it be Clinton, they're all warmongers. All of them at the end of the day. That's one thing they all have in common. Unfortunately. They're all warmongers to some degree. You know. They all line their pockets with war profiteering, bro. Does he have cancer? Elon. Look at that whole Epstein thing, how they covered that up. They covered that up real quickly. And, you know, at the end of the day, all the stuff that Trump is trying to do, like sending the military into cities and do all these things, Mega Man. What's up, Timo? You know, all these things that Trump is trying to do, like all these unconstitutional things he's trying to do, like take out the birthright citizenship, invade cities without the governor's permission. All this dumb shit he's doing is unconstitutional. Violating posse comitatus, violating fucking habeas corpus, the right to due process, and all this stuff. But all that stuff, at the end of the day, remember I told you this, and I know this is a long time ago, but all this was created after 9/11 by Bush with the Patriot Act and all that stuff. And Obama took advantage of it, and now Trump is taking advantage of it. You feel me? And that's the reality. That's the kind of right that they gave them, because basically back then Bush basically threw out the Constitution out the window with the Patriot Act. And society, because they were so scared about what happened on 9/11, allowed him to do it. And now we're reaping the benefits of that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. It's true. It all goes back to 9/11. Mega Man of the JK littering guys. I'm telling you, Bipolar, I know who Mega Man is. I actually have some friends that knew him, and yeah, they told me he burns a lot of bridges, bro. And yeah, he is a little zesty for sure. He seems like it, anyways. What do you mean? Where you're like APAC? Don't get me started with that, bro. I had a couple friends who were cool with that dude Mega Man, and yeah, a lot of them said that Mega Man burned bridges with them. You know, he's not all there, bro. That dude's a trip, bro. And I think he's a little zesty, bro. I think he's just in denial of it, personally. And I'm not against gay people, but I just think he's a little zesty. You feel me? But yeah, I actually have some good friends that knew him personally, and they told me that that dude, he's a trip and he burns a lot of bridges. Yeah, bipolar, you could tell, big time. I seen something on his live one time, bro. I can't say it on here because I don't want to get my channel demonetized, but it was some sexually depraved weirdo shit, bro. One time on a live he had. I told Timo about it. He knows what I'm talking about. Because we were talking about him earlier. But I don't want to say it on here. It was just like, it was weird. I was like, what the fuck? Mega Man, he came up in the scene probably around the time COVID was happening. His channel, he was kind of pushing his channel, the Mega Man podcast, it was called, and he was coming on a lot of different channels. He came on Tony A's channel, West Coast Graffiti, and various others. And I think he burned the bridge first with West Coast Graffiti. He got into it with them. I'm not sure why. And then I think he burned the bridge with Tony A. And then he was also one of those types that was like, oh, well, uh, um, I'm Mega Man. I know I'm a Latino, but don't call me a Latino podcaster. I'm just a podcaster. I'm not a Latino. I was like, oh, God, he's one of those. So I was like, yeah, this dude didn't. His channel didn't interest me much. But a few people I was cool with were like, because they were friends with him, they're like, oh, check out his channel. Check out his podcast. He's pretty cool. But I seen it. And then I seen one live one time where they were just saying some weirdo shit, bro. And I said, yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. And I unfollowed him, and that was it. Did you forget what you saw? I didn't see anything. It was just a conversation that we're having, and it was just like, I think I might have told Chris about it a long time ago too. Chris, you remember that when I told you about Mega Man? Chris Grima. Yeah, Mega Man, he's interesting. I did hear something about he let someone uh, grab his junk. Someone told me that, but I don't know how true that is. I just heard he burns a lot of bridges with people. I never I never was interested in talking to that dude or having anything to do with him. Like I said, I watched the live one day and they were just saying some stuff that I didn't agree with. And I'm pretty open minded. I'm a pretty sexually type dude, but even the stuff they were talking about was like, yeah, I'm cool. And I just unfollowed and that was it. They were on a live with some lesbian girl, and they were just saying like just the most just weird shit, bro. It was just not on my level. Like, not on my level. And yeah, after that, I stopped following that dude. And then when he burned bridges with the friends I had from that knew him, I wasn't surprised at all. And another thing I'm going to tell you guys, he actually grew up in Modesto. He claims he's from Long Beach, but he grew up in Modesto, from what I heard. He even said it himself. You feel me? He grew up, he lived in Modesto for a time in his life, or in Tracy, or somewhere in the Central Valley. I guess he is originally from Long Beach or that area, but he had lived in Modesto as a kid or as a teenager, or something like that. I guess kind of like me, how I'm originally from Oakland. I lived in Sacramento for a few years, and I came back. I guess it was something similar. What Mazatlan? Probably. But I mean, I don't know him personally. I can't talk shit about the dude because I don't know him. I'm just saying the things that I've heard about him from some people I'm close with that knew him. And I told you I seen a live one time where he was with some lesbian girl on the live, and they were just talking some weird ass shit, bro. And I said, yeah, it's good. Bozo? Hmm? I guess he could talk to whoever he wants. It's not my cup of tea. Put it like that. The dude burned hella bridges, so you know. So yeah, man. Yeah, but he's a strange dude. He sent me some tricky stuff. Do bad. I agree. Go shirtless like hoods to huts. Yeah, man. But hey, I'm gonna tap out. I've been on here for about a little bit past an hour. I wanted to tap in and just say what's up to everybody because I didn't do it live last week. Because like I said, I got the stupid skin tabs cut. So now my eye feels a lot better, a lot healed. I was I got my skin tabs cut. Oh man, I was in pain last Tuesday, so I couldn't do it live. My eye was swollen. So yeah, man, you just start another state of the Rasa YouTube. You haven't done one in a while. Yeah, for sure, I'll do one. All right, bipolar. All right, shortcuts. Timo, Dubad, Chris Grima, Frazier, Uncle David. We still on here. Julio Solario, BJ Santana, and whoever else is on here. Joe Mama. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Dubad the pimp. Shortcuts. I'll talk to you guys later, man. You guys have a safe night and don't get in no trouble. And I wouldn't do. All right, y'all. Later.